Welcome back, and hello, everyone. I am Michael Riley, Mike Riley from MikeRileyNow.com, host of the Uninformed States of America podcast, which you can subscribe to by going to the USAPodcast.com. I am here with the Grassroots Democrats HQ in Los Angeles, and I am here with one of its most profound volunteers, Mr. Troy Takaki. I said your last name right?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, okay, cool. I just want to make sure. I can be a substitute teacher in that way sometimes. Troy, we're talking to you tonight because you have been volunteering in a unique way. Well, I don't know how unique it is, but it's unique to me. It's postcarding. This is something that is, usually when I think of canvassing or campaigning, I think of knocking on doors or making phone calls or sending text messages. But there's this postcarding thing that you guys have been doing. So tell me a little bit about that. How's that been for you?
Well, I've heard about postcarding for years now. Mm-hmm. And then my birthday was April 22nd, and I decided to have a fundraiser to raise money to buy postcards and buy postage stamps. And we managed to raise $2,500 for my birthday. And so I did not know what I was doing, which is the best part of grassroots organizing, is that we learn as we go along. Mm-hmm. And at first I bought some postcards off Etsy, and I got some postcards from Tamara at Grassroots, and I would get the stamps and the addresses, and I put little packages together that were like everything you needed. It sort of reminded me of the like Blue Apron, or those things where you cook.
Yeah,
I wanted it to be as easy as possible for the postcarders, because it's all new people that have never done it before.
Yeah.
25 postcards, 25 stamps, 25 addresses, and a script. And I would put them all together with a rubber band, and I drop them off at your house.
Oh man, it sounds like you got like a little system down.
Oh, totally. From the very beginning, I wanted to make it, because I believe that one of the things that stops people from doing stuff is having to do that one extra little bit of effort, mm-hmm. that they have to do something themselves. Mm-hmm. So it's like, oh, I can get the postcards, but if I have to buy the stamps myself, it really slows down the process. Right. So I literally gave them all the parts that they needed.
Man,
and that's how I started that thing in April. And I had thousands of postcards going all over, and I dropped them off at my friends' houses, like 25 here, 30 there, 100 there, and that's how this all started.
Well, that's awesome. I gotta say, as far as like making that process a lot more seamless, that's really cool. I think that mm-hmm. that really can get a lot more people energized. But let me ask you this, like, as far as you've done other forms of campaigning before. I'm sure you canvassed. I'm sure you've done phone calls. How is postcarding just different as an experience than doing all those other ways of campaigning?
Well, the one thing about postcarding is you're usually doing it by yourself, although there is groups that come together and do postcarding together. Now they're often virtual, but there's like different groups that come together, which is actually very social. I first did postcarding like a couple of years ago with a bunch of people in Venice, where I just showed up and everybody's like eating cheese and drinking wine and filling out postcards.
Yeah, but we can all see each other back in the day, or be live in person with each other, I should say.
Right. Now it's something that you definitely can do by yourself, which is kind of, or with your family. What I'm finding is a lot of people are doing it with their family. Like I write them out with my 19-year-old daughter is when we.
Okay, cool. Cool, very cool. That's cool. Yeah, it can be. Postcarding sounds like it could be a family activity if your whole family's into stuff like that. Yeah. So
yes.
So what kind of like what kind of postcards are these? Like, where do people get them? I know you said you can get them on Etsy. Are there pictures of like donkeys on them that represent the Democratic Party, or what's the postcards? What are the postcards like?
Well, I said, I started getting them on Etsy that were like, ones with a dog on them, or something mm-hmm. that says like your vote matters or something. And since then, we've actually made our own postcards. Like Grassroots Dem HQ has their own postcards. They have two different versions. One that says, your vote matters, and the other one's like ride the blue wave or something like that. So we have kind of two different ones depending on what somebody wants to write out, sort of.
Right. And you said
you know,
I know there's a script, but do you ever write any personal messages on the postcards?
Not that much, a little bit. It's not unusual for me to change the script a little bit to make it a little bit more personal.
Yeah, I mean, what you're talking
especially
about.
Especially if the script's really long.
Right.
But they want you to stick to the script and stuff.
Yeah, kind of stick to the script.
I go a little bit more rogue when I'm text banking, where I'll do the script first, and then if they respond, I will start talking to them like a person, which I really love, honestly. Like, they're like, I'm already voting, and I'm like, that is awesome.
Yeah.
You are so cool. Can you tell your friends to vote? And they have the script of like how you're supposed to respond if they say such and such, and I go rogue on text banking, honestly.
I do the same thing when I'm phone banking, or when I'm back in the day when I used to canvas a lot. Do a lot of the knocking on doors. I would do a lot of my own kind of improvising too, just to kind of be a little more personal with the people. But
I find once you get through the first bit, then you actually do want it to be like a one-on-one conversation.
Right,
honestly.
right, absolutely. And I think postcarding can be the same way, since sending things in the mail is such a lost art. But in either case, Troy.
Yeah, well, a lot of people put stickers on them or draw on them.
Oh yeah,
and stuff like that.
Yeah, add a little personal touch to it. Well, you out there in internet land, you could be just like Troy, or you can get some help from Troy. All you got to do is log on to grassrootsstems.org, and you can sign up to phone bank. You can sign up to write postcards. You can sign up to text message. You can sign up to be a part of the Blue Tsunami in any way you can. And we need all the volunteers that we can get. So Troy, thank you so much for speaking with me. I appreciate that, and for dropping some knowledge on us.
Thank you, Sue, for everything you're doing.
Oh, man.
Really, it's everybody coming together.
It is.
And,
it is.
We're actually having a lot of fun doing this. So,
yeah, absolutely. I'm definitely having fun doing it. Despite all the things that are going on, I'm still having a good time. So absolutely. So thank you so much, Troy. All y'all log on to grassrootsstems.org and log on to MikeRileyNow.com and follow me. All right. Peace.